And also because of her, people have a great, wonderful memories and how can I say, image of Malaysia is very friendly, open, generous.
皆さん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
Welcome to the very first episode of Voices of Kakehashi.
A short introduction to what we're doing here. The Voices of Kakehashi is a podcast designed, executed, and produced by alumni from all across Asia, from Turkey to Mongolia to Indonesia, from the first two cohorts of the Asia Kakehashi Project.
Yes, indeed. Throughout the podcast, we will be introducing you to diverse individuals that have taken part in the Asia Kakehashi Project and made it a huge success. We hope you will walk away with a deeper understanding of Japanese life and culture, exchange programs, and even enhance your intercultural skills along the way.
Let us now introduce ourselves. We're the hosts for the podcast today, and you might be seeing our faces a lot more in the future podcasts as well. I'm Yein from Myanmar of the second batch of the Asia Kakehashi Project, and I was placed in Ogaki City, Gifu-ken, in Japan. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Arigato, Yein-kun. I am Yap Chien Fang from Malaysia. You may call me Yap, Yapu, or Chien Fang. And I was placed in Nagoya in Aichi Prefecture, and Nagoya is the third largest city in Japan. I am from the first cohort of the Asia Kakehashi Project, which means that I went to Japan in 2018. And an interesting fact about me would be that I can write with both hands. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yep, in today's episode, we'll be talking about preparing for Japan. So, let us now welcome our guests. Today, we have very distinguished guests from AFS Japan, Ms. Bando Miho and Ms. Goshima Haruna. Thank you very much for being here today with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So we have invited them, the representatives of AFS Japan, because they have supported us and other exchange students throughout our exchange program and helped us in many different ways. So the Asia Kakehashi Project wouldn't be complete without the AFS Japan staff, and it's only fitting for us to invite them on our first episode of the podcast. So, yep, welcome.
Yep, I agree. Without AFS Japan, we wouldn't have been able to go to Japan at all, and we wouldn't be here today. So, Bando-san, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Miho Bando, and I'm the coordinator of Asia Kakehashi Program. And mainly, my area is Tokyo, but I also participate in orientations. And thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about you, Goshima-san? Can you please introduce yourself to everyone here?
Okay. 皆さん、こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
My name is Haruna Goshima. I am a deputy team leader of Asia Kakehashi Project, and I've been working for AFS for 4 years. And I'm very happy to meet Asia Kakehashi returnees again like this. So thank you for inviting me. Hope we can make a great time today. よろしくお願いします。
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 Yep. We have a few questions today for both of our guests, and I guess this is going to be very special for our next batch of exchange students and everybody watching our platform here. So, yep, can you please pose the questions to our guests?
Yep. So, our first question of the day. Bando-san, can you maybe tell us a bit about AFS and AFS Japan?
Okay. AFS stands for American Field Service, and this is a volunteer organization, and AFS is an international voluntary non-governmental non-profit organization that provides intercultural learning opportunities to help people develop their knowledge skills and understanding needed to create a more just and peaceful world. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that would be very useful for anyone who doesn't know about AFS.
And for Goshima-san, can you please introduce everyone watching this video what Asia Kakehashi Project is and what their aim is or their goal?
Okay. So Asia Kakehashi Project started in 2018. So this origin of this project goes back to the speech which our Prime Minister Shinzo Abe made on a Future of Asia conference in 2017. So he said on this conference, he said Japanese government will provide opportunities for Asian high school students studying Japanese to live in Japan for 10 months. This will be at scale of 1,000 students over the next 5 years. That's the speech he made in the conference. So this is the origin of this Asia Kakehashi project. So AFS was selected as an organization which runs this project by a Ministry of Education in Japan. So we only had like half year to prepare to invite you. Actually, we didn't have much time, so we had to work really quick and fast. But luckily, we could receive a lovely first, 100 students in 2018, and it was really, really good experience for us.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive to know that you prepared all this in half a year, and I believe all of this has been a big experience for us as well. And I guess it changed us a lot, and I believe this project will also change a lot of other students in the next years as well.
Definitely. Yeah, I think so too.
Our lives have been changed a lot, indeed.
I forgot to mention you about the impact of this project. So the Japanese government and also AFS think this project can give a lot of impact to both high school from Asian countries and also high school students in Japan. So we believe inviting students from Asian country and place them in a high school students can give both rich and good experience for them, and especially for the Asian students, they can experience Japanese education and culture and local experience while you are living in Japan. And I hope you experience a lot of things while you were in Japan.
Indeed. I have a question to both of you, Bando-san and Goshima-san. Can you since we are talking about the impact that Asia Kakehashi Project has had on our lives, right, the students, can you recall a story or an experience that you have seen how Asia Kakehashi Project have impacted someone's life?
I think Bando-san has a good memories of about the girl who was in Fukushima Prefecture, I think.
She was the first batch student, and she went to yes, exactly.
You remember?
yeah, she's from Malaysia, Indra.
First because Fukushima was had a disaster, a nuclear disaster. So her relatives and family members are very worried that she would go to Fukushima Prefecture. So we explained that we will not assign students to dangerous places, and we show the map and other documents. And then she accepted and she joined this program. And then because she was assigned to a dormitory, school dormitory, and the dormitory is kind of old, so she had to take a bath together, like a public bath at the school. And it was a very first experience for her. But gradually, she realized that the place is like a community place. Like everybody talks very freely. So she learned Japanese there. And then she learned Japanese a little bit, because she knew that she had to learn Japanese, otherwise she cannot make friends. So she studied Japanese hard, and also she belonged to the drama club, because the drama, you have to say something. And then she thought that it would be better for her to learn Japanese quickly. And then because of her very, how can I say, happy character, positive characters, she became a very popular person. And then she had like a soulmate in a dormitory, because in her room there are two persons, and Indra and a Japanese lady, and she became a very close friend. 1, 2, she joined the drama club because of her imagination and the cooperation. She created some ideas, and she came up some ideas to send to the drama teacher, and created the original scenario. And then the drama was very successful. So the school drama club won the region contest, and then the area contest.
Wow.
And finally, joined the national contest.
Wow.
And they got the second place of the contest. So the teachers were very, very happy, and they appreciated Indra's performance. And then also the drama was performed in a small city. So the local people were very moved, and they appreciated Indra's cooperation. Only one student came to Fukushima, and her impact was so great. And she gave a great influence to teachers, students, local people, and maybe the audience at the drama, because the drama was held in Tokyo. It's a very big theater. Usually, professional performers did the use the stage. So only one person, but she didn't afraid of anything. She is very brave, and and
Wow, I'm very close to Indra. めっちゃ仲いいです。めっちゃ感動してます。
So and also because of her, people have a great, like, wonderful memories, and how can I say, image. The image of Malaysia is very friendly, open, generous. Just one person, but because her great experience, and people have still, we love Malaysia. And then students and teachers said, oh, we'd like to see Indra, we'd like to want to go to Malaysia.
Really? めっちゃ感動しています。Thank you very much.
We always say that students are representatives of their country. And if your behavior is very good, people have a good impression. And then,
that's very true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm really very happy.
I guess that's how a role model exchange student is like, and I believe not only her but the future exchange student would also be the same, or actually take some points from Ms. Bando's story and try to be a very good exchange student.
But I think everyone will have their own experience and their own way of shining and contributing back to the community as well.
Yeah. especially when we're placed in different places and different chapters. This AFS Japan is very supportive and helped a lot, even during disastrous times. And so we have a question to Ms. Goshima. What is the AFS support system, or how should AFS exchange students react when they're facing some kind of problems or obstacles? And how ready is AFS Japan to support the exchange students?
Yeah, I think that's an important question.
Okay, so our organization, AFS Japan, has two big offices in Japan. One is in Tokyo, and another one is in Osaka, and a small one, in Nagoya. And so in office, including Bando-san and us, we work there, but we also have a lot of volunteers, like more than 1,500 volunteers all over in Japan. So you already use the term of chapter. The chapter means we divide Japan into 7 regions. So we divided in Hokkaido and Higashi Nihon and Kanto and Kinki, and we divide Japan in 7 regions. So each regions, there are small groups of volunteers, and they are the one who support you during your exchange program. So some place we do, and the chapter means the group of small volunteers. Yeah, okay, a small group of volunteers. We call them as chapter. So some place we do not have chapters. So if you are placed in those area, AFS Japan staff will directly support you. So they're gonna be the person who supports you whole project. So in your placement, in your chapter, you will have one person who supports you. We call them LP. So LP is a small name, a short name for liaison person. So LP is the one who will be with you during the program. So if something happened to you, she or he will come to you. Or it's okay if you don't have any problem, you can just share your experience with your LP. So LP will contact you at least once a month to check you how you are doing at school, at host family's place, or at dormitory. You're having fun time, or you're having any difficulties. So you can just tell them anything. You can share anything with them. It doesn't matter it's small or big. For example, at the dormitory, you can say like your dorm mate is snoring and you cannot sleep. So it's actually a big problem. So you can just tell your LP like, oh, I'm having sleeping problem. My dorm mate is snoring all the night, or like that. So LP is happy to help you. So that's the kind of support system we have. So you're not gonna be alone during your program, during your exchange experience. So LP will be with you all the time.
I agree. I think my LP really helped me a lot when I was in Japan, and I'm grateful to her even now.
Yeah, the support system of AFS Japan sounds very flexible, and for me too, I had a very close relationship with my LP, even though I lived with the host family, because especially because we lived nearby each other, me and my LP. So we were able to. I was able to maybe ride a bicycle to her house and talk with her about my experiences, or when I have some small obstacles. And I think my LP played a big role during my exchange program, and my exchange program had a lot of great memories because of the help of my LP.
I agree.
Yeah.
My LP
Oh.
really went to great lengths to support me, and she cares for me truly as a person, and I
Oh.
really appreciate that.
I think all volunteers will be happy to hear that. This is
Yeah,
most important words to hear.
I'm very, very grateful for my
Yeah.
LP.
Yeah,
What's
but
great?
some LP they live a little bit far from your place.
Yeah.
For example, if you are placed in some area where you don't have chapter, so AFS staff will directly support you. That means there's no LP near you, but still you can have contact with your LP via line application or WhatsApp or even making phone call. You can just talk to them anytime. Okay.
So I think the third batch students, or anyone watching this who's interested in the Asia Kakehashi project or any exchange program, remember that your LP is your first person of contact throughout your exchange program. And go to your LP, no matter what, even if it's a big thing or a small thing, to have your problem resolved. So we have talked about a lot of things, but we want to know as well, how does AFS Japan welcome students? What does AFS Japan prepare before students come? Since you mentioned that AFS Japan had a very short period of time before the first batch actually went to Japan, right? Yeah. So what does AFS Japan do before the students actually arrive in Japan?
Should I? Okay. Actually, yeah, we will find, first of all, we will find the host school. And then also we will review students' application form. And then we will decide which student should be assigned to this and this. And also, meantime, we will find host families. And in some cases, the school has a school dormitory, and then we will approach the school dormitory. In some cases, we cannot find host families and school dormitories. In that case, we will try to approach a private dormitory. That dormitory accommodates many university students as well. And but they provide meals and like mothers and fathers, they care for students as well. So we will make sure everything is okay, and then we are going to make placement from Hokkaido to Okinawa. So, and the students cannot select the location. We will select the location, and the students need to adapt themselves to these circumstances, no matter where they go. That is life. For instance, if you work, for instance, like the international organization, someday you were told that you should go to, for instance, England or the United States. And if you have received an order, you have two choices. You have to go or you just quit. And then I think you should try it first. Then, like we have a LP, if you have constant problems, you can talk. But usually, under the limited circumstances, we have to live. Like now, the COVID-19, we have to stay home. No, no matter what you want to go, you have
no
to.
matter how important.
Right. So under limited circumstances, we have to live. So this Kakehashi project is like a simulation, like a lesson to go open the door to the adult world. So
I agree.
I think you will enjoy it. And anytime you can ask for help. You are not alone. Okay.
Adaptation is a very important skill.
Yeah, what students have to keep in mind is that they should try everything before they experience it. And there can be challenges, but it's understandable because you're living in a different country with a lot of people you don't know. So I think what future students should should keep in mind is that before they really join the exchange program, they should keep in mind the first reason why they decided to apply for this program, so that they can have expectations for their future for this exchange program. Yeah. So I also have a question for Goshima-san. So we did have both. I think the first batch and the second batch we had a stipend or like a monthly allowance during our exchange program, and I think the next batch students would be a bit excited to hear about it and how they can actually use it well or use it efficiently during their exchange program. So can you please explain a bit about that as well?
About the enrichment fund?
Yeah,
You mean
the enrichment fund.
Okay. Okay. So this enrichment stipend is not for the money. It's not the money for you to use for anything. So our government, Japanese government, decided to give this money for you because we want you to have more experience. So this money is for you to, enrich, make rich memories with your friends and host families and dormitory friends. So best way to use that money is just not buying snacks for yourself. Just go out. Just use this money to go out with your friends. Maybe you can just go to Starbucks coffee to have coffee and have chatting with your friends. That time will you'll be your treasure during your stay. So I think just staying at the dormitory is okay, but still, if you go out with your friends, you can have more memories. And we don't want you to stop, going out because of your money. So I know this money is not for some students not enough, but still we want to support you by giving this enrichment stipend. And Bando-san, is there any good, advice for third batch students to use this money?
Usually, to make friends, their money should be used because friendship is priceless. That is, and also once in a lifetime opportunity.
Very true.
So the time and money should be variable. So it's okay to eat snacks for yourself, but you just can't wait, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so sharing with your friends will be more, pleasure. And I also had a good example. One Vietnamese girl, she was staying with host family. And usually host mama is the one who make meals for everyone.
Yeah.
But she wanted to do something for host family to show her appreciation. So she decided to use the enrichment stipend to buy some ingredients to make Vietnamese spring roll. I think it was really sweet of her to do this. So I think this is another way to use this enrichment stipend wisely. So for third batch students, you can also use money for this.
I guess my advice would be before using the enrichment stipend, maybe you can discuss with your LP on how to use it effectively when you're about to do something, or you can even discuss with your Japanese friends, because I guess the same age people will be able to give advices as well. So, yep.
Yeah, I agree. So, just put others before yourself. Don't just focus on yourself and, use the money on splurge on yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think first year batch student didn't have money book, but for the second batch student, you guys had a
Yeah.
money book to
We
keep
did.
the records.
Oh,
Yep.
How did you think about it? Like,
I guess
keeping-
it is.
Mhm.
I guess it is very. Actually, even for the dormitory students, it's actually better for them, because for dormitory students, some of them they have to cook by themselves. So they need to buy their own ingredients, and usually it can be hard to have an ingredients list or a shopping list. So the money book would be useful to list out stuff and their prices, and you can divide the amount of each things you're using for. So yeah, I think it's very useful for me as well. If I plan to go somewhere with my friends, I actually plan everything in the money book, like the transportation fees, the food.
wow.
For example, if we're going to an amusement park or something, yeah, the price. And yeah, I guess it's actually useful if you really use it well and with a good attitude. Yep.
Oh, I'm good to hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for anyone out there who might be worried about the financial aspects of the program, bear in mind that it's number one, a scholarship, and number two, AFS Japan does provide some stipend for you. So don't worry too much and just focus on having fun and living the best life you can in Japan.
Thank you very much. And we gained a lot of insights today from the talk with our two guests.
I believe we have all gained a deeper understanding of the Asia Kakehashi Project, along with other relevant information that will greatly benefit future Kakehashi students. Many thanks to our guests for joining us today.
The episode will resume in part 2 of Preparing for Japan. Stay tuned for more information on packing for Japan, important rules to keep in mind, traveling in Japan,
important documents, and much more. Thanks for listening and see you in part 2.
Jane!